Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina, or Kat, and this is Infinite Wellness Within. In today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is You Are Moving in the Right Direction. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that is not me. All right, you are moving in the right direction. Ooh, okay, that's definitely for group number one. All right, and this one is standing out, and that one is also grabbing my attention. So let's see what we have. Group number one, you have the Lion, number 26, and you also have the Carnelian. Group number two, you have the Sun and number 48. You also have the Tiger's Eye Moon. Group number three, you have the Gate and number 61. And you also have the Ocean Jasper heart. Please take your time choosing your card or cards. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one card if you're drawn to more than one, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number one. You have the Carnelian, and your card is number 26 and the Lion. All right, so you're definitely moving in the right direction for continued success, for greater success, because what's really catching my attention are the two buildings here. And I feel like this is where you started with the smaller building, and then you have the bridge here, and where you're going is over here to this side toward the much larger building. And you also have the crown here. So I feel like there's definitely movement in the right direction, and with this movement, you will find great success. And I feel that this is something that so it's gaining power, it's gaining strength. There's a celebration. This is something that you've put your whole entire heart into, like your heart and soul is going into something. Spirit says, look, just have confidence that this is going to work out, and be very assertive in continuing to go after your goals and your dreams, because I feel like you're kind of like at a halfway point where, like, I feel like you've made a lot of progress already. Even if it feels like you haven't, you actually have. The amount of effort and work that you've put into this, it will eventually pay off for you. And I feel like you're doing a really good job with paying attention to signs and synchronicities and following your intuition. Spirit says keep doing that, because it's going to land you in the perfect place at the perfect time. And there's something waiting for you. Like once you get to this place that you want to be, there's just like this great success waiting for you over there. So let's see what else we have for you. What else can you tell us for group number one, please? Group number one is moving in the right direction. I feel it's this one here. Oh, okay. You have number 47 and success. Isn't this interesting that you have one kind of building here, or a gateway or something, and then you have another one back here, very similar to what I'm seeing here with this card. So you're absolutely on the right path for success. Maybe you've already had a certain amount of success with something, but you're building upon that success, and it's just going to continue to increase. And I feel like you may have had some difficulties along the way. But Spirit is saying, look, you're moving in the right direction. Yes, certain things may have come up, certain storms may have moved in that were a little bit unexpected, that may have caused a little bit of a delay, but absolutely you're heading towards success. And I mean, look at all these stairs. This is not something that you know, it's, how do I say this? It's like you're putting a lot of effort into this. This is not something that you would achieve if you weren't putting forth the effort. So Spirit is saying that you're absolutely going to be rewarded for all of your hard work, your time, your dedication, everything that you have done so far. Like the universe is noticing and it's going to pay off for you. Okay, so you have voyage and number 51. See, isn't that interesting how you have like this stormy weather here? And so here, like you've definitely been moving towards something. This is huge. This ship looks massive to me. There's like, it looks like multiple like floors or something like that. So multiple layers. And I feel it's kind of similar to what you have taken on, something very, very big. I feel you had this big idea and you had a lot of confidence that you could achieve this. But along the way, as you're, traveling through these waters, it somehow there was stormy weather and you weren't sure if it was going to work out, or if this dedication, this hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, is this going to pay off for me? Absolutely it is. Absolutely. And I feel that this ship has a lot of strength, just like the lion has a lot of strength. I feel that you're kind of unstoppable. Could there be delays along the way just because of the stormy weather that we see right here? Absolutely. But is that going to stop you? No. If anything, it would just be a slight delay where maybe you need to figure out a different route, or you need to assess the situation and say, okay, maybe I can't use this one particular thing. Maybe I need to switch that out with something else. So kind of like a trial and error or something like that. But no, I feel also like if you've had any delays or any setbacks, those I feel were on your path because there may have been something slightly flawed with that direction or with that particular thing. But yeah, Spirit is saying that even though it's not smooth sailing the entire way, this is still going to work out for you. What else can you, oh, thank you. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? Ooh, trust. Wow. Wow, this is so powerful. I feel that you trusted when you embarked on this path, or if you haven't started this yet, Spirit is saying trust that this is the right path for you. Trust that you're moving in the right direction. And, it does seem like the path is going to get a little bit stormy, but that doesn't mean that that's necessarily bad, because it's okay. Certain times along the way, you need to pause and reflect on what you've done to get to this point and what to do to continue on to like the next level, right? Because remember, you have these two things here where you're building upon the success that you started over here. And Spirit is saying that sometimes you may be a little too excited and you don't want to slow down. And so the universe will kind of, throw things on your path that make you slow down, that make you gain a perspective again, just kind of like a little check-in. And then once you do that, the path opens up again and you're on your way. But I definitely feel like you're taking a leap of faith, or you did take a leap of faith. And I absolutely feel like that is going to pay off for you. Blessings. Wow. Look at this row up here. You start with success and you end with blessings. So a lot of success, a lot of abundance. I'm hearing finances will be coming in for you. And then with the blessings, there's a sense of being at peace with where you are, with what you've accomplished. So definitely a sense of accomplishment, a sense of achievement, a sense of just like your fortitude paying off, your your hard work paying off, and receiving rewards, receiving blessings for all of that hard work, that dedication that you put into whatever goal this is that you have set for yourself. All right, group number 1 is moving in the right direction. What can you tell us about this, please? Okay. Wow. So you have the Crone of Swords. This is the King of Swords. So you see the sword here, and then here you have the bow. I feel, so the bow and arrow, basically, I feel that you will be hitting the target like in the center, like you are hitting the target right on, and you're going on course. Yes, you could have some interesting things coming up where you feel like you're delayed, but you're really not. What's happening here is there's calm within the chaos. This is kind of what I said earlier, where you are taking time out when you need to reevaluate things, to look at things. You're listening to the signs and the synchronicities that are kind of falling into place along your path. You're listening to your intuition. You're very, very powerful. Your energy is very powerful regarding this situation. And there's a massive transformation that is on the horizon for you regarding your situation. So you have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. There's so much abundance coming in for you. Once again, I'm hearing finances. I'm hearing stability and loyalty, and again, your hard work paying off to the point where you can relax a little bit. You can enjoy your success a little bit. So I feel like right now it might be like work, 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 and you're very dedicated. You're very focused. Spirit does say if you're not taking time outs from time to time to relax and kind of, enjoy the fruits of your labors that you have accomplished so far, that you should be doing that. That would definitely benefit you. But yeah, definitely you're on the right path to achieve financial success, to achieve a sense of abundance, security, stability, feeling very, very grounded, feeling there's a sense of respect that you have from people around you. With whatever this is, people are proud of you, they're happy, they're celebrating your success. And this situation that you have, as it continues to grow, it continues to bring you a lot of blessings and abundance. So it's definitely something that I feel you will be nurturing for as long as you want. So it's not going anywhere anytime soon unless you decide that you want to have this thing come to an end. So here you have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at the change that is in the air. Do you see these leaves falling off the tree and kind of moving, changing directions, going wherever the wind takes them? And so I feel that in a sense, that's kind of what you did, because I feel that you set out to make these changes in your life. You set out for success, for abundance. This could definitely have something to do with career, finding a new career path. This could be you moving somewhere, absolutely, with the Voyage card. I feel some of you felt very, very called to a new location, and you trusted in that, trusted in your intuition, trusted in the signs and synchronicities that were leading you somewhere. And this is just the beginning. I feel some of you left something behind to pursue something, and Spirit is saying that it's absolutely going to be worth it. The Knight of Wands, whatever this is, you're very, very passionate about it. I feel that, so there's a couple things with this Knight of Wands. Spirit says have confidence that as you're going forward, because there's like this huge move that you're making, either literal or metaphorical, into a little bit of the unknown, because I feel that you're starting something new, or you're expanding on something that you already started, but there's like new elements to this where you don't know exactly every single thing that you're going to encounter along the way. But what Spirit is saying is that it's not going to slow you down that much if you have these delays, because there's something very natural about your thought process, something very intuitive, where you just confront things head on and you have confidence that you can work through things. And I just see your brain is almost calculating problems before they arise. And I don't necessarily want to say problems like it's this huge, massive problem. It's just little things, like detours or little pebbles in the road where you need to kind of, walk around it, something like that. But yeah, your passion is directing you, your heart is guiding you, and I really feel like you don't have that much to worry about on this path, because you just have this ability to kind of figure things out very, very quickly as you go along, kind of like thinking on your feet very quickly. All right, so you have the Hangman here. This is interesting because it's similar to this card here, how you have the bridge in between these two buildings. So I feel that you got to a point in your life where you wanted more. So some of you, like I said, you had already started something and you felt quite successful with the progress that you made. And then you came up with a plan to expand on that success, which is bringing you huge transformation. You have the butterflies here, and then the hair here is actually snakes. So there's like these huge transformation, especially with putting your thoughts into action. And then others of you may have been kind of at a stalemate with your situation. So it could have been something with work where you weren't really feeling fulfilled with what you were doing, or you weren't feeling like you were making a difference, or, one thing or the other. And so you listened to that and you said, okay, what's going on? Maybe I should make some changes in my life. And what's coming out of that is you're feeling this almost sense of enlightenment with a path that you should be taking. And I feel that you took the time to assess things and to come up with a plan. And because you did that, that's why this is going to work out so well for you. Because did you take a leap of faith? Yes, but it wasn't completely without like a parachute or completely without some forethought. And then once again, going along your path, I feel that something that you're learning, because I feel if you come upon delays on your path, which I am seeing something happening here, I feel that at first it's very frustrating, but I feel that as you work through that, the first time it happens, you kind of have this epiphany that, oh, okay, when that happens, maybe I was looking at things wrong, or maybe there was something I wasn't seeing. So in the future, let me just pause and get a good perspective on things. And so that really works out to your benefit in the future because again, it's like you pause and you quickly assess things. And so the more that you get used to doing that, even there's like resolution even quicker, the more that it happens. I'm not saying it's going to happen a lot, but you definitely learn some huge lessons from that first time that it happens. All right, wow. Now you have the Crone of Pentacles. So this is the King of Pentacles. This is so amazing. This is so amazing. Can you see right here? I don't know if you can quite see, but this crone is dropping seeds onto the ground. That's exactly, it started over here with the Crone of Swords, so the King of Swords, where you have this idea, and you said, I'm going to set out to make this happen. And notice how the trees back here don't have any leaves on them in the back here. So fast forward all the way to the King of Pentacles here, and you see how these plants are sprouting here, and how you have harvested this crop that you have here. You have some fruit, you have some wheat, you You have a pentacle here. Your hard work is absolutely going to pay off. Look at this road right here. You're on the right track. Financially, okay, talk about blessings. You are going to be blessed financially. Absolutely. You have two of the highest financial cards here. You have the 10 of Pentacles, which is great financial abundance, and the King of Pentacles, which is, it took a while to get here, but this is showing that your hard work is paying off for you. Definitely financially. But then it also allows you, because you don't have to worry about finances, this allows you to pay attention to other things that may require money for you. So you can, you know, maybe take vacations, you can go wherever you want to go, you can do whatever you want to do. And also the success financially that this brings you, it allows you to relax a little bit because financially you're very, very stable. So you can kind of pull away from this a little bit and enjoy, you know, enjoy your money, enjoy what you have accomplished and built. Okay, so you have the Justice card here. I definitely feel like there's a sense of restructuring things, reordering things. It's kind of like you examined things before you embarked on this journey, or maybe you're examining that now, and you're not necessarily happy with everything that you see. And so I feel you're going through this detailed kind of accounting of what you want to change, what you want to create, because something feels off balance before. But now you're moving in the right direction to create balance, to, I just heard make a name for yourself. So some of you will be making a name for yourself. Anyone that you communicate with during this time, they listen to you. They understand what you're saying. They see your vision. So definitely people respect what you're doing, what you're saying, where you're going. And I feel that there's something else here. What is it? Oh, yeah. You're breaking through barriers. Nothing is like holding you back anymore. So, okay. So I feel part of the barriers would be something in your mind that once held you back. So this could be not having a full picture of things. This could be maybe a lack of confidence at one point in time, but you're not lacking confidence now with this lion. Your ideas are gaining a lot of strength. You could also be signing a contract for something. So especially if you're moving somewhere new, I see that you're going to find your perfect new home. This could be signing a contract for a new job, a new office space, anything like that. So here you have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. So a couple things going on here. I feel that this represents your energy. When you were in the hangman energy, when you were evaluating things that you have in your life and evaluating, you know, what do I want to add? What is missing? And so really kind of taking a time out to think about things that way. This is also showing the progress that you have made or will made, and that you're doing everything right. You see that this person has the watering can here. So you have the proper sunlight, you have the proper shade, you have the proper soil, water, nutrients, everything like that. So you're definitely nurturing something, and there's huge, huge, huge growth potential. I do feel like you're navigating your way from something small into something bigger. So somehow this idea is expanding, and this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. So you absolutely need to have patience with this situation, but it is going to pay off for you like so amazingly well. Okay, now you have the Nine of Cups. So an idea that you have is going to be incredibly successful. It absolutely seems to have something to do with how you can make money, or how you can find abundance in your life. Like, what is it that would make you happy? And I feel that it might start out in one direction. Like, let's say with the Pentacle here, you're saying, I need to change direction. I need to get a breath of fresh air, and I'm going to move somewhere completely new. And so once you do that, you feel very successful. You feel very confident that you made the right decision. But then it's kind of like, okay, well, now what do I do? So you moving somewhere, that was the bridge that you needed to get to where you need to be for additional success to show up in your life. So I just feel like things are so balanced for you, and there's like a variety of things that start entering your life that complement the main thing, that complements the main success here. So like I said earlier, similar to the Crone of Pentacles here, where you have the money to take vacations, you have the money to buy things you've always wanted to buy yourself, you have the money to relax a little bit. So do you see what I'm saying? How it's like multiple things happen that all together really create a lot of success and abundance, but also emotional fulfillment, feeling safe, feeling grounded in a new energy, a new environment. So you have the Five of Swords. Yeah, so I feel that some of you left something behind. Some of you saw the writing on the wall with something where it felt like you were on the wrong path. It felt like you were fighting a losing battle. And I feel that you listened to your intuition and you let go of something, and that's going to be rewarded. So you may be questioning, did I do things right? Am I moving in the right direction? Should I have left something behind? Absolutely. Because I feel that you did as much as you could in that situation. Excuse me. I also feel like you weren't in control of this situation, but now you are in control. Now there's nothing blocking your progress, whereas here, I feel there were a lot of roadblocks. But I feel that those roadblocks were put there for a very specific reason, because you weren't meant to stay here forever. You were meant to move on. And had those roadblocks not been placed there, you would have stayed there for longer, and it wouldn't have fed your success. So absolutely, it was time for you to move on, voyage away from this situation, and trust that by doing that, you will receive blessings for taking that leap of faith, for listening to your intuition. Absolutely. Look at what I was just saying. And then you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, no doubt in my mind, this is confirmation that you left something behind. This should also be your confirmation that you did not leave anything behind. So as you go through some of the challenges that you will face moving toward this incredible success, just know that you didn't make a mistake. Just know that this here that you left behind, there was nothing else that you could do with that. It was time, this road here, it was time for you to take this new road, to go on this new path, and don't look back. Yeah, you don't have to look back. All right, let's look at your last card. The Queen of Wands. Wow, so powerful. You have the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. I feel, so there's a sense of independence. There's a sense of you no longer having these restrictions that you had here with the Five of Swords. This path that you're going on, it seems like you just kind of float through it with ease. Whereas over here, there was always like an uphill battle that you were facing trying to get things done. So things are going to get much easier for you. And your thoughts, your words, they're like magic right now. So definitely if you are someone who likes to manifest or visualize, this would be a great time for you to write down exactly what you want, exactly what you plan on achieving. And I'm seeing that that's going to happen for you. that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the Tiger's Eye Moon, and your card is number 48 and the Sun. So I definitely feel that you are moving in the right direction for success, growth, happiness, abundance. Some of you are in alignment for a really amazing new opportunity to show up in your life. And there's going to be a lot of growth regarding this new path that you're going on, or this new direction that you're going on. And I feel that some of you may have had like an idea or just a feeling of, I need to make changes in my life, but you weren't quite sure how to go about that or which direction to go. And Spirit is saying, no, you're on the right track. You're moving in the right direction. And I feel like you're going to be, if you haven't yet, you will be connecting the dots very soon, because these stars right here make me think of connecting the dots. The stars are also making me think of things coming into alignment for you. So definitely I feel that anything that you didn't have a grasp on, like if you were moving in a direction but you weren't sure if it was the right direction, you're going to start to see things lining up for you. And if you're still in the dark, Spirit is going to start sending you signs, synchronicities, communications that will help direct you on the right path. So I definitely feel like there's a lot of growth that's coming in for you. And I also feel like some of you had something here, because it's interesting, you have the moon here and the sun here. So something that was once in the dark is coming to light. So if you need answers about which direction to go, I feel you're going to receive that. And then I feel others of you had something happen in your life that brought you a sense of darkness. So some of you may have lost a loved one. Some of you may have had a breakup or lost a job or something that didn't work out in your favor. That is changing for you. So it's like a complete change, like a complete metamorphosis. But that also could have happened. Some of those things could have happened to kind of wake you up to see that maybe you weren't on the right path to begin with. So that's also shifting for some of you. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Okay, let's take, what do you have, 3? Okay. Wow. You have number 47 and success. And once again, look at the sun shining here. Isn't this interesting also, because it's kind of dark down here, kind of like with the moon, right? When the moon comes out, when it's dark out, right? And then you have the sun here. So I feel almost it's polar opposite where you're going from where you have been. Now, if you've already been successful, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful when you go down this path. It just means that the environment, the energy, something about it is completely different. And some of you, maybe you were very, very successful where you were before, but you didn't necessarily like the environment that you were in. There's something about the environment where you're going where it just feels peaceful. It feels comfortable. It feels like a warm hug or a warm blanket when it's really, really cold outside. So it just feels like there's a lot of comfort there. Like, you're in the right place for growth and for success. And I feel also like there's people around you that will celebrate your success as well. So you have number 35, an opening. So I feel, first of all, that you're very, very protected as you go down this new path. I feel like this is just the beginning for you. Absolutely. There's something that is nourishing an idea that you have. And I feel a big part of that is the environment that you are either moving into right now or that you will be in. Absolutely. Remember when I said some of you have a new opportunity? There's a new door that you will be walking through here with a new opportunity or just a new lease on life, new ideas, whatever it is. And I feel it's not necessarily going to be the easiest thing, because I feel there's a lot of things to put together with all of the steps here. And it may be, a somewhat long road ahead, but the thing is that I feel you're going to enjoy that road. You're going to enjoy most of these steps. Of course, some days aren't going to be the greatest days. There's going to be frustrations and things like that. But, overall, you're really going to enjoy this experience and new things opening up in your life. Absolutely. Then you have number 40 and power. Yeah, there's no stopping you. And I also feel like this is kind of one of your spirit guides, helping you see the direction, like helping you see the right direction. And also you have great protection around you. I said that with the opening card, and I'm feeling it again with this card. Your idea, your goals, those are also gaining strength and gaining power. I feel also there's something about the stars here and then the stars here. So I literally feel like the stars are aligning for you. And Spirit is saying to pay attention for signs and synchronicities, because if you haven't seen them yet, you will be seeing them. I think they're going to be quite undeniable. Because you know how they say the elephant in the room when people aren't talking about what is so obviously there? Because could you imagine if there was literally an elephant standing in your living room? Right. So that's how big these signs are going to be. It's going to be like undeniable that you just received a sign. And Spirit says that if you don't see it, then you're just not paying attention, because it's going to be blatantly obvious, almost dropping like little breadcrumbs for you on this path forward. What else can you tell us for group number 2? Okay. Clarity. Yeah, exactly. Kind of like the elephant in the room. Like you're going to have such amazing clarity with your path forward. It's going to be undeniable. And I feel also the other thing that's going to be undeniable with clarity is your intuition, your sense of knowing that you're on the right path, that you're in the right environment. It's how things feel more than how things look. So, I mean, it could be both. It could definitely be both. But what I'm picking up so strongly is that you're going to know it when you feel it. It's absolutely going to feel like a perfect connection with people, places, things, situations. I'm even seeing money aligning. So for some of you who are looking for a new job or starting a new career, I feel like there's something about a salary or bonuses or something like that you're going to be like, oh, okay, that's exactly what I need. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, that's not for everybody, but for some of you, it's going to be like the salary or a bonus, something like that is like the cherry on top. It's going to be like, okay, that seals the deal. Let's go ahead and sign the paperwork, something like that. Okay. Yeah, prosperity. Okay, I'm telling you, I was feeling money as I was holding this card. So yeah, everything I just said. For those of you who are going to step into a new job, because that's what I was addressing there. Now, for the rest of you, and even for those that I already addressed, I feel that there's prosperity coming in. So there's absolutely money coming in. I mean, it's literally falling from the sky here. So there is something that you're doing where you have all of the right ingredients working together at the right time. Just like you need for the flowers to bloom, right? If it's always dark outside, the flowers probably aren't going to bloom. So you need the right amount of water, the right amount of sun, shade, soil, all of those things that I'm seeing with these two cards. And that's allowing this prosperity to come in. So anything to do with money, if you're starting a side hustle, if you're starting a new job, a new career, a new course of study, eventually you'll be making money with that, starting your own business, going into a partnership with someone. moving somewhere where you're going to get a new job. There's prosperity there. I'm also feeling with this prosperity card, it's not just finances, it's prosperity in the sense of abundance, where you feel fulfilled, because you could have all the money in the world and still not feel fulfilled, but you have both. So it's really amazing. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Group number 2 is moving in the right direction, and you're absolutely moving in the right direction to make money, for sure. The 3 of Coins. Remember I talked about some of you are going into a partnership, some of you are starting your own business, but what's happening here is you're laying down the plans for something, and some of you are further along than others. Some of you have been on this path for a little while, and you're changing something a little bit, you're shifting something a little bit, and that is exactly what you need for this prosperity, for this abundance, to put you on the right path. Also, did I say this earlier? Because there's something about your environment that's very supportive. I know I talked about the environment where you feel like warm and cozy there, but there's also something about people being around you who are very helpful, who are very supportive. So anyone who is looking for a mentor or some place where you can really grow with your skills, your talent, anything like that, you're going to find that. I also feel like these people on the sides here are your spirit guides, helping you, guiding you. Remember I talked about the elephant in the room? This is like a really positive elephant in the room, though. Sometimes that can kind of have like an avoidant connotation, but I'm seeing that as very, very positive here, where there's no denying that your spirit guides are right here, showing you exactly what you should be doing, kind of dropping hints in your mind to help you forward on your journey with whatever this is. So yeah, I definitely see that you're working on something that you're very, very passionate about. And if you need help will be there, either in human form or from your spirit guides. The 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Coins. Yeah. So things are coming together for you. There's, I feel something is gathering energy, because if you see, can you see that? Maybe right there, you can see there's like energy around these pentacles as they're kind of spinning here. So I feel like your ideas are gaining traction. I feel that you are kind of planting your feet down in an idea. You're putting ideas together. Things are coming together. Things are making sense. You're seeing, like, visually, you're seeing what works, what doesn't work. Like over here with the 3 of Coins, I was getting a little bit of a feeling of like trial and error or something like that. So you're slowly but surely going to start to see growth. And if anything wasn't working before, so you're getting clarity on what does work. The 2 of Cups. Isn't this interesting? You have the 2 of Coins here, the 2 of Cups. I feel some of you will have a decision to make about something, and you're going to make the right decision. I feel that you're absolutely balancing everything because some of you might be starting a side hustle. I mentioned that with the prosperity card. Some of you might have a job and you're starting a side hustle in the hopes that eventually you can just quit your day job and move full-time into your side hustle. I'm seeing that you're going to manage that, and I'm also seeing that you will absolutely be able to merge into just one thing. And also with the 2 of Cups, I feel like energies are coming together for you that align with where you're going. So anytime you need anything from the universe, Spirit is saying all you have to do is ask and you will receive. I feel that there is things coming together with this 2 of Cups in any area of your life. So it could definitely be a romantic relationship. It could be a new work environment. You're seeing eye to eye with other people who are involved. So going back to the 3 of Pentacles here, if you're on a team, or if you're in a work environment where there's other people, or if you're bringing people in to your own business, you're attracting people who have the same values, the same goals, who have the same vision as you, and things just like magically line up for you. So we have the Five of Cups. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense because of what I was saying earlier with the dark and the moon and the sun here. I feel that something brought you to this point. Something wasn't working where you were before, and it was very frustrating. So for some of you, this is all the same situation where you tried to make something work within this situation before and it wasn't working, and so you had to kind of restructure things. Spirit is saying, look, that is okay, especially given these two cards right next to each other, because down here on the Five of Cups, you're kind of in the shadow here. Can you see right here where there's a shadow right here where the person is sitting? So you're not seeing something that's literally right there. Now, what's going to happen, and this can actually be in any situation, even if you're not drastically changing your situation. Like, let's say if you tried to start a business and it just wasn't going anywhere, well, you're going to change something slightly and then it's going to take off for you. And then for others of you, you were trying to get something going and it was like moving kind of slow, or you wanted to change your situation entirely. Well, that's what you're going to be doing. And if you see the Two Cups here and then go back to the Three of Pentacles here, how you have these two spirit guides trying to show you the direction to go. So it's kind of like a spirit guide is going to say, look, turn your head this way and see this over here. So this is a new idea, or this is like a change in a current idea, and it's leading to the Two of Cups right here. So do you see how that's happening? So some of you were in an environment, like let's say a work environment, where you just felt like you were up against a wall. Whatever you did, it wasn't working out for you. Or maybe, you lost a job or something like that. Well, all is not lost here, because you have this amazing gift right here, which is the Two of Cups. So yeah, even if you're feeling like right now things aren't working out in your favor, you are actually on the right path. And you will receive clarity. You will receive clarity, because it's interesting how the clarity card is right here, and how you have all of the lights here. And then what do you have coming down from that card? You have the sun shining through here. If you can see these lines coming in, and they're shining right on these two cups. So you're going to get it. It's going to make sense because it's undeniable, just like the elephant in the room. It's like you can only not see it for so long before it's just completely obvious. Okay, so you have the Justice card. Yeah, so something was out of balance before, or it is right now. It's coming into balance. You're going to be greatly inspired by something. Your thoughts are going to come together. And I really feel like you have one thought, and then there's a second thought, a third thought, and it's just like this snowball of very positive thoughts where you're connecting those dots. That is a theme that I have felt throughout your reading since your very first card, the Sun card. And things are coming into balance for you. I feel you're also, there's a shift in the way that you view things, in the way that you see things, the way that you think about things. So I definitely feel like you're gaining confidence in your ideas, or you will, confidence in your direction. And also everything regarding this idea that you have is gaining power. It's gaining strength. And some of you will be getting a new job. Some of you will be signing a lease or a contract, or purchasing some sort of real estate. I feel it could be a new home. I feel for a lot of you, it could be commercial real estate, or buying into a partnership or something like that. Or you will have somebody buy into your company, an investor, something like that is going on here. You have the Ace of Swords. So definitely clarity, absolutely clarity coming through here. Clarity on your path forward, clarity on a new environment, clarity on whether or not you want to accept a new opportunity. And I feel that you're in control here. There's also a sense of communication coming through here. So absolutely communication with your spirit guides. But there's also communication coming through with the Justice card and the Ace of Swords regarding something that wasn't working out here, or it's like a way forward, whereas before you didn't have a way forward, but now you do. So there definitely seems to be either communication with yourself or somebody communicating with you or your spirit guides, but this is what helps bring in that clarity. This is what kind of guides you to see these two cups over here. And there's also a new beginning coming in here. And I feel this is the new beginning that you have visualized for yourself, that you've been speaking into the universe. And it's just like there's no stopping it. Like it's coming for you, and Spirit says that you're going to be ready when it happens, because yes, it could be a little bit scary, but I'm seeing like you kind of ease into it and you're just so natural with whatever this is, where yes, it might be scary at first, but I feel like you quickly gain confidence just because you feel like you're exactly where you're supposed to be. It's like, yes, this feels right. So you have the hanged, oh my goodness. You have the hanged woman. So this is definitely speaking to the moon and the sun here, where you are trying to figure something out. You are trying to see a way forward. How do I grow? Like, I'm not happy where I am. With the Five of Cups. See, the Five of Cups could even be like a situation that you were in and you thought it was going to turn out one way and then it just never happened. I'm feeling a great sense of disappointment here. Now, I feel like this here with the Five of Cups was a pivotal point for a lot of you that got you thinking in the Hangman card over here, like, what am I doing wrong? Or what's wrong with this environment? Like, I don't feel like I'm on the right path. And so that kind of triggered you to think about your situation and say, okay, how do I get on the right path? And so even if you haven't moved forward with this yet, if you're just sitting here thinking about things, you're still moving in the right direction, because you're realizing that where you currently are is not where you're supposed to be anymore. And so you're gaining this sense of clarity and direction. And it's interesting, all of these cards, so you have it with the Sun card here with the lines coming off. You have it with the Two of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Justice card, the Ace of Swords, and the Hanged Woman here. So you're definitely getting inspiration, insight, and there's a massive, massive transformation that is about to happen for you. So you have the Three of Cups. So you have the you have the sun coming in again, those lines there. So with the Three of Cups, there's going to be a celebration. And I feel this is a celebration of the beginning of something. It's kind of like marking the start of something. So the example I'm seeing in my head is like if you get a new job, or you just opened your business for the first day, or you set your business date for like a week from now. You're opening, your grand opening, and you're celebrating with friends. Now, I'm also seeing that you're going to be making new friends where you're going. In this environment, it just feels like you can be yourself. You can do what you want to do. There's a sense of like freedom of movement, freedom of thought, freedom of expression wherever you're going. And I feel also there's a sense of kind of like feeding off of the other energies around you, but in like a positive way, like in a creative way or something like that, where you're in an environment that feeds your growth. The World card. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I was talking about. See, here with the Three of Cups, you're celebrating something that is upcoming, I feel. And then here you have the World card, which is you about to step into that new thing that you're celebrating right here. So yeah, absolutely. There's a new beginning. There's a new door that you're walking through. You're going to celebrate it. Other people are going to celebrate you walking through this new door. Things are coming together for you, coming into alignment. And some of you will be traveling. Some of you will be expanding a business where you're going global. I feel also the level of abundance, prosperity, wealth, and just like expansion in general, it's like limitless. You can take this as far as you want to go. So we have the 9 of Swords. Isn't this interesting that the 9 of Swords is below the 5 of Cups? Both of these cards talk about not being worried over something that isn't going to happen, or something, you know, in a sense. Of course they have different meanings, but it's like, don't be worried over something that you shouldn't be giving your energy to. So first of all, Spirit is saying that what you think, you give power to. So don't obsess over, what if this doesn't work? What if I can't make it happen? What if in the negative, right? So don't do that, because you're going to give power to that thought. And also, don't give power to something that didn't work out, because you have something that is going to work out right here. So your worst fear is not going to happen. Something that didn't work out is not the end of the world. So you want to give power to this over here, to things aligning for you to step through this new door. The 5 of Coins. Okay, see, this is so interesting, because you have a theme going on here where it seems like something did not work out. Like you were locked out of something. There was a roadblock. You were prevented from moving forward with something because it was faulty. There was something wrong with it. Like these cups down here, excuse me, on the 5 of Cups, I feel like they were faulty. Otherwise, they would have been standing upright like these cups here. This could be, let's say you were in a job and you thought that this was the best job ever, but once you got in there, you were like, well, this isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. Well, that's because that wasn't the right path for you. But that also, at the same time, for a lot of you, got you thinking, with the Hanged Woman here, about what is the right path, what would make me happy, what situation, environment can I be in that I can grow in. And that's when you come to the realization that it's right here. So it's not the end of the world if something falls apart for you. It's just there to be that elephant in the room, to make you realize that you were not in the right place for this prosperity that you want, this success that you want in your life. All right. Yeah. Okay. So this is a continuation of what I just said. Whatever the darkness is here, so the moon, it's like you had to figure things out. You had to feel uncomfortable enough so that you started thinking, okay, I think I'm not moving in the right direction here, because that is what is sparking you to think about, what do I need? What do I want? What don't I want, even, you know, in the initial thought process, so that you can think about, okay, I don't want this, but I do want this. And I feel that things just magically appear for you to the point where it's literally like an elephant in the room again, where Spirit is going to start giving you signs and signals and synchronicities saying, hey, this is what you're asking for. Same thing right here. This is what you're asking for. This is what you're asking for. And what's going to happen is it's going to be like this flash of inspiration, a flash of clarity, intuition, where you're like, oh, that's it right there. And then you're going to see it here. You're going to see it here. You're going to see it everywhere you look. And then you're on the right path. So I hope this reading helped you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Ocean Jasper, and your card is number 61 and the Gate. I feel like there is something like a roadblock that was placed in your on your path that is starting to be removed. And it could have been a roadblock with your thoughts. So there could be something going on where you had fear about moving forward with something, and so you were putting a roadblock there. It could have been that you were going down a certain path and a roadblock was placed on your path because you were moving in the wrong direction, or you weren't thinking about things quite right. Well, what I'm seeing here is that where there was previously a roadblock, now there is an opening. Now there is a door that's opening for you. And I feel that part of that roadblock was the need to see things differently. So either you were kind of forced to shift your path a little bit, or you had to really commit to moving forward with this and not letting your fear hold you back. I do feel that things are increasing for you. I feel that there's something going on here with everything coming into alignment, including your energy, because this rainbow is making me think of the chakras, where your ideas, your plans, your movement, everything is coming into alignment. The feelings that you have about moving forward with something, that is coming into alignment. Fears are going to start to dissipate. Roadblocks are going to start to fall away, because you see how there's this brick wall here. I feel like before it was a complete wall, but now you can see it starting to break down, because technically you could just walk around it, right? And I feel like I'm picturing like you're going to be receiving a key for this gate right here, so that you don't even have to walk around the wall. You can just walk through the gate. Also, the clouds here, things are clearing. You have the moon here, so I feel like you're going to be more in tune with your intuition. And I feel also some of you are at a crossroads and you were just kind of stuck because you didn't know which direction to go or how to get there, but that confusion is clearing also. So yeah, if you're at a crossroads, I feel you're going to receive some sort of information that's going to make the path forward very, very clear for you. What can you tell us for group number 3? Okay, I feel like you have 3. Group number 3, and you have 3 cards. Okay. So you have acceptance number 2. Yeah, okay. So see what I'm saying? How you had a roadblock, how you had to change something, you had to change the way you're thinking about something, or realize that you need to change your environment. And then you have acceptance here. It's also number 2. So I feel with the number 2 here, and then being at a crossroads here, I feel some of you may feel maybe you are placing the roadblock there because you're not accepting that you need to make a decision, that you need to move out of your current environment. So some of you may have placed that roadblock there, even unintentionally. You may not know that you're doing it. However, what I'm seeing here is that once you realize that, once you can see that there are other options out there, because wherever you currently are, I feel, or where you were, right, you were limited. So where you are going, where you're moving to, that is the right direction for you. So I do feel like you're going to come to this realization. You're going to make the right choice about moving forward. Yeah, look at that. You have number 23 in freedom. You see how this person has freedom and how this person has freedom. Now, the other thing that's important here is that there is a vehicle, right, of transportation here and here as well. So there's a mode of transportation in both of these cards. So what that is telling me is that your thoughts are going to start to come into alignment with vibrationally where you need to go. So your thoughts are gonna, it's like the vibration is down here of the direction you need to go in, and your thoughts are up here, and what's happening is they're meeting in the middle. And so when that happens, it's like Oh, okay. It's like you have this aha moment, this light bulb moment, and that is exactly when this wall starts to crumble here. That's when you start to see the rainbow and you start to see the stars here. Your intuition becomes more on point. The clouds start to clear here. You have clarity on how to move forward. And then you have number 4 and adventure. So isn't this interesting that there's movement in all of these cards, whereas right here there was a blockage with the gate. So you're finding the key to the gate, you're aligning what energies you want to see in your life with how to get there. So roadblocks are absolutely going away for you, absolutely, no doubt in my mind. There's also like a sense of planning here. There's planning, there is research, and then there is taking action on those plans and that research. Okay. So you have boundaries. Yeah, you're crossing boundaries. You're no longer held back by boundaries. You're discovering how to move beyond boundaries. Some of you, I'm telling you, some of you placed these boundaries there yourself, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally. But you're discovering that. You're saying, oh, wow, okay, yeah, that's why I'm stuck. Well, you're not stuck any longer. You're moving forward. And I feel there's a lot of protection around you. If you see there's like this ring of fire around this person, so you have protection. I feel that you're getting like your spark back, you're getting your drive back, your interest in things. Because I feel before you may have, some of you may have felt kind of complacent where you were, but I feel like it just feels like you started getting signs that you should make a change, or that this environment wasn't as stable as you once thought it was. So maybe some of you are trying to hold on to a situation that was kind of crumbling. And once you accepted that, okay, I can't stay here forever, then I feel like it clicked and you were like, oh, then at that point you started to see, well, you know what? I was just kind of going through the motions over here for so long that I didn't even realize that I wasn't really that fulfilled here. So I feel like once you accept that something is not going to be there forever, or that you should make a change, or that you want to make a change, you have this great sense of freedom. So you're breaking through the boundaries, but you also have boundaries around you and your heart and your energy, because you're seeing things differently, and you don't want to, because now you see, okay, this over here, I had a lot of blockages, so you don't want this again. So now you have boundaries so that you don't step into this environment again. Yeah, and then what happens? You welcome all of these blessings into your life. Why? Because now you're moving in the right direction. So do you see how you're going from boundaries to blessings? Same thing with this card. Look here. Here you had the boundaries, because like I said, how I'm seeing it, this wall was once all the way over here and all the way over here, but now it's slowly breaking down. What's on the other side of this wall and this gate? Flowers. Those are kind of coming over here now, but that means that something's starting to blossom. Those ideas are starting to take effect. You have the rainbow, you have the stars, you have the clouds clearing. And what's on this side? You have the 2 skulls, which is showing that you're at a crossroads. So going from boundaries to blessings, it's amazing. All right, what else can you tell us for group number 3, please? The Ace of Swords, yeah, because you're thinking about things differently. You have this great idea, you have a new direction, you have a new path. And I feel like you're greatly inspired. And there's so much success when you start moving on this new path. I feel like there's a lot of small victories that you're going to have, and then like along the way, you're going to have all these small victories. You're going to be really happy and celebrating things along the way. And then it's like you finally get to this big victory over here that you've been working so hard toward. So you have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like things are coming into alignment for you. There's a lot of balance that's coming in. And I feel another thing that's going on here is that you are navigating, choosing the right path. Absolutely. You're also thinking about, because you're kind of at a crossroads right here, because do you see how it's very similar to this card? So we have the cat right here, you're right here, you have the Two Pentacles, you have the Two Skulls. So definitely this card is showing the crossroads that you're at. So I feel like you're evaluating your past, you're evaluating your future, and you're coming up with a plan here with the Two of Pentacles. And I feel for a little while you're kind of balancing both. So for some of you, you come to this realization that, oh, okay, there are boundaries here with this current situation that I'm in. And some of you are no longer in the situation. Some of you have already moved past that, but it's the same concept no matter where you are. And you're saying, okay, so I know I'm going to leave this situation. So let me kind of put one foot into the new situation. Let me start planning, which you're doing right here with the adventure card. Let me start planning. Let me start researching. So you're kind of doing both for a little while, knowing that you're going to leave the situation and you're going to step into a new situation, and it works out just beautifully for you. And so even though if you're still in the situation, you're very inspired to leave that and move on to something else. Like it's not holding you back anymore, even if you're still there, because you know that you're going to be leaving that situation pretty soon. So you have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I feel here you're putting these plans into action. You definitely are setting boundaries. You're looking forward to the future. I feel that you're very tapped into energy here. You're so on point too. You have such a level of clarity here where I feel like, what is that clarity? Oh, okay. Yeah, because do you see like the fog or the clouds up here? So that is no longer clouding your vision. So I feel this is kind of talking about how you're still one foot here and one foot in the future, but it's no longer bothering you, like I said a minute ago, because you've kind of detached yourself from this situation. You've accepted that this is coming to an end. You have accepted that you're going to move forward. And so you have the sense of freedom while you're still kind of in the middle of both of these things. And you have your boundaries. It's like you can kind of separate where you no longer feel the energies of this prior situation. So it doesn't distract you. Like you are so on point, so focused that there's nothing that's going to kind of get you off track anymore, because now you're moving in the right direction here. You have the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like there is so much success where you're going. So do you see what I'm saying? How this is like where you're going here. And even if you are a little bit in the old while you're pursuing the new, that's okay, because you have a vision, you have a plan, you're going to move forward. You're literally reaching out to this right here. So where you're going, I feel this is a new path for you. There could be a new building attached to this. So a new home, a new work environment, a new office, anything like that. This can even be, I'm seeing for some of you, this is a school or a classroom that you will be in, where you can learn something. I do see that as you're moving in the right direction, there's a great deal of financial security that you will be receiving as you achieve success with this new venture that you're going to be going on. You feel very secure here. You feel very safe. You feel like this is where you're supposed to be. This is where you can build something for yourself and for your life. So here you have the Tower card. So I feel like this in your particular situation is showing the breakdown of this wall here, the breaking down of the boundaries. So some of you may have like I said earlier, because I feel some of you just didn't think about that there were other opportunities out there for you. Some of you were just kind of going about your day and didn't really think that there were other options for you. So boundaries with how you think about things, boundaries with your environment. Some of you may have had something fall apart, but once again, that's breaking down the boundaries, because if something did fall apart, that is what it took for you to see, oh, there's other options out there. I didn't realize that before. And I wouldn't have realized that had these boundaries not been taken down by the universe. So let's say if you lost a job, and whereas before you were very comfortable there and you didn't really want to make any big changes, even though, you know, you weren't necessarily living or working in your dream environment or dream career, but you made enough money. Could you make more? Sure. But at the same time, you didn't really want to make any major changes. And the universe said, well, this is what you want here, but you're blocking yourself. So we're going to remove that blockage for you so that you can open your eyes to see what else is out there. Then you get the acceptance, then you get the freedom, then you go on this new path. So you have the Three of Swords. Yeah, so I feel for a lot of you, there's a breakdown in something here that is leading to blessings, because these boundaries are being broken down. I feel before you, some of you, not all of you, but some of you are holding yourself back from your true potential. Some of you, it could be like maybe you lacked confidence, or maybe you lacked resources, or, you know, whatever it is. But what I'm seeing is that it's actually not true. Like, let's say if you lacked confidence, Spirit is saying, no, actually, there's no reason for you to lack confidence. You just need to look at things differently. You need to accept that you do have what it takes to make these things happen, that you do have a natural skill or talent, or, you know, something like that. So I feel some of you have blessings to share with the world. Some of you have a gift that you should be sharing with the world. But yeah, a breakdown is happening, and it may be very uncomfortable for some of you. For others of you, I feel it's going to be a great relief, because finally something came to an end that you knew should come to an end, but you didn't take the initiative to end it. So some of you, it's a relief. For all of you, there's probably a little bit of fear, because it's like you're going to have to take a leap of faith with yourself, with a new environment, but definitely you're moving in the right direction. So you have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I just feel like you're seeing things differently. And again, I'm feeling like there's a sense of boundaries here, where you're breaking down boundaries. You're no longer going to accept where you were or who you were. It's like, no, I want to make some pretty significant changes in my life, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I am getting a sense of independence here, of doing things for you, of thinking for yourself, thinking, for some of you, thinking outside the box a little bit. And your ideas are gaining power. Now, there may be a lot to do regarding this new path that you're going on. But Spirit says, look, you're in the right direction. You have all of these things popping up here that will help you along the way. So is there a lot to tackle? Is there a lot to wrap your mind around? Yes, but you're also getting clarity on each one of these things. And I just feel like there are so many blessings coming into your life regarding this new path that you're going on. So here you have the Queen of Cups. So you're absolutely getting a new perspective on things. I'm telling you, there is something unique about a talent, a skill. Some of you are healers, like natural healers in any sense. So you could be Reiki practitioners, you could be like a naturopath, you know, any other kind of doctor or medical professional who really truly wants to help people. This could be like chiropractor, it could be any type of energy healer. And it doesn't have to be that, but there's some gift that you have, or a talent or a skill that you have, that I feel Spirit is like, hey, why aren't you nurturing this? Why aren't you growing this? Because you should be. You absolutely could be. Like I said here with the blessings card and the Three of Swords, I feel like there's something that you have within you, within your soul code, that you can absolutely shine doing. And that's what you're supposed to be doing. Something very, very unique. I also feel like you're coming into more balance because you're on the right track. And this crossroads that you're at is leading you to realize, oh, okay, yeah, I should make some changes. Yeah, there's something about you, the way people see you. It's like you're very, very well respected in anything that you start going down this new path. So you have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, this makes sense because once you get that clarity, there's no stopping you. It's like, oh, okay. Once you see those barriers and those boundaries starting to come down, there's no stopping you. You have the Freedom card here. You have the Horse on this card and on this card. So once again, you have some sort of mode of transportation to get you from one place to another with this idea. So you're not alone as you go forward with this. Spirit is going to be there to help you with your ideas, with meeting people that can help you get from one place to the other. Or if, like, let's say if you need a loan or something like that, I feel you're going to meet the right people to help you along the way. So you have the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, look at this. So this Ten of Pentacles is going right here below the Nine of Pentacles. And then you have Adventure. So this Adventure card is showing that you're moving in the right direction. So the title is you are moving in the right direction. So with this Gate card, you're at a crossroads. So you're going to be making the right decision and you're going to be moving in the right direction. So same thing, you know, you have these modes of transportation here, and then with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. And so going on this new adventure where you're moving to, it's bringing you into alignment right here with the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So it's going to be a slow but steady progression, possibly at a moderate pace where it's not too fast, it's not too slow, because you're enjoying the journey. So it's bringing you into a place where you can set your roots down, a place where you can grow something. There is such longevity here with whatever you're moving into, an idea that you have. There's a lot of blessings. So definitely financially, there are blessings there. You come into alignment, like I talked about earlier. I feel everything in your life comes into alignment. And when you sit back and look at this path that you went on, and you think back to the crossroads you were at over here, it's like, wow, look at how far I've come. Look at what I've accomplished. Look at where I am right now. And I just get this incredible sense of gratitude. The Three of Cups. This is interesting. Let's set this Three of Cups down here because you have the boundaries right here, this card, and then you have the Tower card. And so boundaries are being broken down either by you or the universe in the Tower card. You're no longer accepting what you did before. You're making changes in your life. Now, this Tower card, this person is falling from the tower into the water down here. And what does that lead you into? The water here on the Three of Cups where there is a celebration. So if you didn't believe me before, this is a visual confirmation that the Tower card is actually a good thing. That this is breaking down the walls that you had with the Gate card over here. You're landing in the right place at the right time, in the right environment with the right people. You have a lot of celebrations coming up for you. I feel like something could be happening for you around a significant date. So around, think of like birthdays, anniversaries, holidays that you love to celebrate. I feel something could be happening around that time for you. And this is a timeless reading, so just take that into consideration. Yeah, look at this. You have the Eight of Cups. So you're walking away from something that was not, it wasn't giving you anything anymore. So you may have felt comfortable there, but you also weren't really receiving anything. So let's say if this has to do with a job, well, sure, you may have been receiving a paycheck, but you weren't receiving nourishment. You weren't receiving soul growth. You weren't receiving inspiration. Like it was just like, okay, I go to work, I come home, which, you know, that's perfectly fine if that's what you want to do. You may have a lot of other interests and things going on. This is just an example, right? This is just an example of someone who realizes, you know what, I'm at a crossroads. I want more. And so I feel like once you realize that, there's kind of this transitionary period that you go through where it's kind of like, because you have the Eight of Cups and then you have the Eight of Swords. So it's kind of like you have to transition your thoughts from feeling like you lost something to understanding, wow, this was a blessing in disguise. And so this is like a really, really energy, like a very transformative reading regarding your energy and how you see things. So I hope it helped you. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did like this, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.